Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Mehdi. In today's video, I'll be reviewing 15 of extremely complimenting fragrances in my collection. It is summer edition. Or let's say you have high chance of getting compliments with any of these 15 fragrances. Without any further ado, I want to start by House of Chanel at number 15, Egoiste Platinum. One of the most underrated fragrances from this house in my opinion. It is very mature, manly, but not outdated or barbershoppy. It is green, citrusy, and extremely memorable. One of those signature scent-worthy fragrances. Also, I have to say it is not one of the most modern smelling fragrances. It is not up to date, but not outdated as well. At the between something, but smells very great. And I like that lesser known character of the fragrance. It is EDT, but lasts very long. Performs better compared to most of EDP fragrances in the market. Number 14 is Percival by Parfums de Mali. If you like fruity and sweet fragrances with lavendery backbone and woody ambroxany base or dry down, you're gonna enjoy this fragrance as well. Smells really mass appealing, but has some sort of age factor to it. It is not for teenagers, let's say, but it is a very inoffensive and easy to wear type of inviting fragrance, let's say. Mass appealing but mature with a great performance. Number 13, again from House of Chanel, Bleu de Chanel EDP. So this is not my most favorite one for extremely hot days, let's say, because of that incensey dry down. I prefer parfum version better for warmer seasons, for extremely hot days, let's say. But when it comes to the compliments, this one is a better complimenting fragrance compared to the EDT and parfum version. Scent profile is very high quality, complex and expensive smelling, let's say. Very natural and nothing synthetic or edgy. It is citrusy, clean, some sort of vetivery soapiness, very little at the background of the fragrance. Sometimes jasmine pops up on my skin and little bit it is fruity and gets earthy and incensey at the dry down. Number 12 is Prada L'Homme, one of the best floral powdery fragrances in the market in the designer game. So I have to say it is bright, memorable and unique because it is not like herbal, aquatic, woody, citrusy. It is fresh in a very different way. Works great with my body chemistry. I have a great chance with this fragrance. Lasts very long on my skin, like 10-12 hours plus. Projection and sillage is loud but inoffensive and cloudy for first 2 hours. At number 11, why EDP by Yves Saint Laurent. It is a citrusy, woody fragrance and very juicy. I can get ton of ginger at the first sniff. Then it is citrusy, sour, sweet, and grape juicy. Has some sort of grape juicy feel to it, and fragrance is little bit carbonated. At the dry down, saves a little bit of that opening, but mostly it is earthy and rooty. At number 10, Hawas from House of Rasasi. It is a thick, aquatic, fruity type of fragrance. At the very first sniff, I get lots of plum, apple, little citrusy, not that much citrusy. It is mostly appley, plummy, with touch of spices at the background like cardamom. I like the way that it dries down, gets muskier, more oriental somehow at the dry down without that much of those happy notes, let's say, but still it is fresh and complex at the dry down as well. Performance, complimenting factor, 10 out of 10. At number 9, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. This one gets me crazy compliments, big time compliments. Although I'm not that much fan of that CBD shelly vibe of this fragrance or extremely oceanic atmosphere of this fragrance. I would prefer it without that one, or at least a bit toned down version of this one in terms of that aquatic oceanic note. It is one of those herbal aquatic fragrances. It smells fresh without being that much citrusy. It is like vegetal and fresh aquatic type of fragrance with touch of citruses, I can say. At the background, gets crazy compliments as I said, and lasts very long. At number 8, again from House of Chanel, Allure Sport or Extreme. So personally I enjoy this one better, the regular version, Allure Sport. It is more polished compared to this one. This one is thicker at the base. I don't prefer that much thick bases in fresh, minty, citrusy fragrances. This one is more polished and rounded compared to this one, but when I want compliments, this one is a better compliment either because it is denser, lasts longer and projects better. But when I want something more to my personal enjoyment, it is also complimenting. especially for indoor situations, I go by this one. But for complimenting suggestions, Eau Extreme is winner in this battle. At number 7, from House of Versace, Versace Bleu. It is one of the most complimented fragrances in entire my journey and one of the most backed up fragrances in entire my collection, hands down. I have way more expensive and complex smelling fragrances compared to this one. It doesn't smell wow or complex, it is okay. For example, like Tom Ford Woodwood, but for whatever reason this one gets me more compliments compared to like 90% of those complex and expensive stuff. Smells fresh, shower jelly, little bit green because of that Artemisia note at the background, and gets like earthy and incensey darker at the dry than one of those darky freshy fragrances, and has a very crazy magical effect on ladies. At number 6, from House of Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio Profondo. So at the very first sniff was disappointment for me. Let's say seemed too airy and weak. I was thinking, okay, you're gonna last on me like half an hour or something. Yeah, it is too airy, but based on compliments that I have received even like 8-9 hours after applying this one, seems it is a long-lasting and projecting fragrance in a transparent and inoffensive way, let's say. Scent profile is very smooth and inoffensive, nothing screechy or edgy here. It is sweet, sweetness is added, it is not like natural type of sweetness, and a little bit citrusy at the background, but it is mostly in the aquatic side. It is like freshy, aquatic, sweet with touch of citruses at the background. I cannot get that much something at the base of the fragrance. Now we are at sub 5. Let's continue by House of Dior. At number 5, Dior Sauvage EDT. You know, I prefer Parfum version better, but when it comes to the compliments, hands down, EDT is the best compliment getting version. So we can hear a lot, it is overplayed, it is everywhere, too common scent, everyone is wearing this fragrance. To be honest, I can't see even 1% of people here in such a wealthy country like Denmark wearing fragrances. So I don't believe that much that this fragrance or any type of fragrance can be that much overplayed. About scent profile, it is very aggressive and masculine in a fresh way, I have to say. It is citrusy at the top. I get some very high quality sour bergamot, and it is fougere lavendery at the backbone, at the mid notes, and gets spicy like peppery and ambroxany at the base. I can get like 8 hours with newer batches, and this one is the one of the oldest batches in my collection, 10 to 12 hours plus in terms of longevity, and like 2 hours good projection and siesh. At number 4, Missoni Wave. I agree 100%. It is a highly inspired fragrance by Chanel Allure Sport, but it is better. I prefer it better. Why? Because it is cheaper at first, it is longer lasting, and gets better compliments. Imagine such a beast is this one that gets better compliments than Chanel Allure Sport, which is a compliment monster or one of the best complimenting fragrances in the entire universe. At number 3, Reflection Man from House of Amouage. It is a floral and powdery fragrance in a niche and complex way. Has some sort of green woody feel at the background, a bit spicy, but it is mostly in that floral and I can say powdery side. Powdery and floral notes are main players. Number 2, Acqua di Gio Profumo. At the top, it is aquatic and fresh. It is slightly sweet. At the mid, it is herbal, vegetal because of sage. Sage is a very big main player here. At the base or at the dry down, gets more incensey and earthy because of patchouli. It has some sort of smoky, transparent smoky feel to it. Number 1, obviously, Creed Aventus. So to be honest, I wear more Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP version for daily usage, and for more special occasions and environments I go by real stuff. So mostly I can say I wear Club de Nuit Intense Man EDP, and it gets sometimes at some points even better compliments compared to the real stuff. So Creed Aventus is a woody citrusy fragrance, opens up very delicious, one of the best openings ever. It is like citrusy, very natural, very smooth, slightly sweet, and gets woodier and smoky at the dry down. Take care, guys.